In talking about the cost of time, like I said, I don't know if this is, like I heard it somewhere, read it somewhere, or honestly if this is an original thought. But you all would have heard me say before that, the best time to do something is when you don't need to do it, right? Like the best time to go shopping for groceries is when you're not hungry, so you don't buy a bunch of crap. Or the best time to put gas in your car is when you don't need to put gas in your car, like right before the light comes on, right? Or the best time to get your tire fixed is before, no shade by the way, no shade, but the best time to get your tire fixed is before it goes flat, if you know, because a lot of times we know, right? But we kind of just milk it and ride it, right? So along that same line, like the ideology behind the cost of time is that you want to do things when your time cost is at its lowest, right? So here's a real live example of that. My cost time to iron my clothes is lowest on the weekend because I don't necessarily have to go anywhere. So if I take the time to iron all of my clothes for the week, I save even more time because 15 minutes in the morning to iron my outfit when I have to be to work for a certain time is going to cost me more than 15 minutes on a Saturday when I don't necessarily have to go. We understand that, right? You all agree? And so same thing, like meal prep, right? And that's why I love meal prep because the 3 hours that it takes me to prep on a Sunday, the cost factor for that time, that 3 hours, is less than the cost factor of trying to cook and pack and make lunch the day of, right? And so I want you guys to really sit down and think about the cost of your time. And this isn't a new concept because if you look at it, even from an advertising world, when you talk about TV, there's prime time, right? This is why the Super Bowl ads for a 30-second ad cost $7 million. But an ad on a Tuesday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon costs a couple thousand. So this idea of the cost of time is not different, but I want you to really think about how you can reduce the cost of time in your life by doing things that quote unquote may be mundane, that may be low value but necessary when your time cost is lowest. Does that make sense? And so this is something that I've been doing in my own time, in my own life. And then the next level to that is when you find out when your time is lowest, the best thing, what can you do that's actually a high value activity when your time is cheapest? That could be, okay, well, I have some time now. Let me consume something that's going to add value to me as a person. Let me read. Let me watch a podcast. Let me watch some educational content, right? Something that's going to add value to me. Once you start really analyzing your time cost, I want you, like you said, just to maximize that by putting high value activities where they need to be. That makes sense? Yeah. All right, because like I said, I'm literally trying to articulate this as I can, but I realize that that's one of the things that I do. And it's really just the cost of time. It's the idea of the cost of time. And so we all have activities that we put off to do when our time cost is highest, that kind of throws us off. But if we do those activities when our time cost is lowest, or even better yet, if we find a way to not have to do them ourselves, then, we ultimately win it, all right? And so that's something that's been very, I guess, effective for me to help me not just stay on track, but really progress and advance, is understanding, one, cost of time, and then managing that cost effectively. All right, so that's my word of the day. All right, let's talk about wins.